now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Villain Podcast Network. Welcome to the smoke pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the smoke pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the smoke pit.
Ayo. What up, everybody? It's the homie Mac, aka your boy, coming at you with the season 2 finale of the Smoke Pit podcast. It feels good to say that because that just means we're coming back in 2022. But with the holidays coming up, myself and Black, we're going to take some time, chill with the family, get our ducks in a row so when 2022 gets here, we can get back at it like we never left. However, we did not just want to fade off into the holidays without coming and talking and cutting up with y'all one last time for the year, officially in a podcast stream environment. As always, you know, usually it's me and my homie Black here. He just got back from visiting home. Unfortunately, you know, there's a death in his family. He had to go be with family, but he just got home. He may or may not jump on. Either way, thoughts are with you, man. You know we're here for you. The whole crew, the whole Smoke Pit, everybody is here for you. So take your time, no rush. If you jump in, you know how we do. We just pick up like we never left, my guy. Real quick, let me go ahead and post this link everywhere it needs to be posted. And I cannot stress, most jobs, I don't know if they give you guys, I know military-wise, they kind of just do what they can to go to minimal manning during this time of year so people can spend more time with the fam. But not all jobs have that. So however your place of employment is allowing you to spend time with your family, just make sure you get in there and spend some time. You know what I'm saying? Why is it all weird? Like I can't fucking share this shit. I don't know. I can make it work though. Watch me make it work. Oh, actually, I know what I did wrong. Y'all bear with me. Y'all know I'm slow. Yeah, I know I'm slow. Slow McGee over here. But while I'm doing that, let me go ahead. Y'all know what we do here with these. Oh, my man Ant White in here. What up, Bugs? Ant Boog. Holla at him. Ant Boogie 40. The Ant Boogie podcast. All that good stuff. But let me go ahead and shout out since day one. Our 3 main sponsors here, Plug Earbuds at gettheplugs.com, Audio Swim at www.audioswim.com. And then, of course, we got Premier Element UAE. Y'all pretty much know how the ads go during, unless you are a Patreon member. Then, of course, you get the podcast ad-free. But they have been with us since day one, since we started the Smoke Pit Riots, well, pretty much since we started the DFPN. They've been there having our back. So appreciate them and looking forward to working with them in 2022. Shout out to the Dat Villain Bandcamp. That's the music side of what we do here. We're the podcast side. There's a whole nother side. Like most of our podcast hosts, really, really talented musically. So a lot of exclusive stuff from them in the Bandcamp. A lot of their stuff is available on all the major streaming platforms. So check them out. Dope people. I cannot stress that enough. And then, of course, we have the Patreon. Speaking of the Patreon, tonight, we are all going to witness the winner of our fourth quarter, last of 2021, $100 giveaway to a lucky Patreon member. So if you want to get in on these, make sure you check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com. Dat Feeling Podcast. You can join as low as $3 a month. Ad-free podcast, bonus content, all that deliciousness will be up and going for you over there. Let me do something else. Make sure this gets shared the right way. Cool. All right. One man show over here. And then, of course, we got the Teespring. So myself, I know I have to dabble back into that because, I'll be recording out my garage. It's kind of weird because during the summer, I'll be here roasting. During the winter, it does get a bit chilly. So I do have to be wearing the hoodies. And as you can see, I am embarrassingly lacking when it comes to DFP and the hoodie. So I need to remedy that. And I'll be doing that as soon as this show is over, and copping me some merch so I can rep my brand on the show during the 3 months of actual winter that we get here in Arizona before the summer picks up. And then I got to buy all, t-shirts and what have you. You know what I'm saying? But what we wanted to do for you tonight, what we had planned to do is kind of give you a year in review. So what we're going to do is just give you our favorites in certain categories, our favorites as far as movies, albums, songs, TV shows, so forth and so on. And we're also going to give you our worst picks for those categories. And as always, audience participation is greatly appreciated. And we also want to thank what you guys we also want to know what you guys what your picks are for these categories as well. Because maybe you can put somebody on a dope show or a dope movie that they haven't been hip to. I know I've been out of the loop on a lot of stuff. So I'm just willing to hear what everybody else has to say when it comes to that. But before we do that, honorary toast to the group. You know how we do. Take the initial shots. This is a Maker's Mark. This is the last bit of Maker Mark I got. Not a real big Maker Mark fan. I know it sounds weird. It's good. I ain't gonna hold it. But I'm a Crown Royal guy. So here we go. Last official shot for 2021. And let's get into 2022 with a bang, huh? Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. Anyways. So the first category we got. Now, I know it says best movie, but I thought about it after we started, and I was like, I don't want it to be the best. I just want it to be favorite, right? So the favorite movie of 2021. And as we all know, 2021 was kind of weird. Theaters were like dipping their toe and opening it back up. And, Hollywood noticed that, so they weren't really throwing a lot of big movies out there during the year. Streaming picked up a lot with original movies. Netflix had some original movies out there. HBO Max was doing the kind of the partnership with DC and WB Films, like they would premiere on the streaming service and in the movies, same day type stuff. Disney Plus was dabbling with that as well. So there were some very surprisingly good movies that happened this year. Some that come to mind. I obviously like Shang-Chi. I think Marvel got back in its bag with that after what was Black Widow that dropped, I think, in the summer or in August, one of those. They recovered pretty well. I feel they did. And then Suicide Squad was pleasantly surprising. I like that a lot. I like that more than I thought I was going to like it. HBO also had Mortal Kombat come out, Snyder Cut of Justice League. I mentioned Disney Plus. They had Black Widow. They had Shang-Chi. And then also Pixar dropped Luca. on there. I believe it was called. A nice little animated joint. There are some movies that came out that I have not got around to seeing. Oh, King Richard was a pretty good movie. Netflix had The Harder They Fall, which I appreciated as well. If there's a movie that you guys like that I haven't seen or you haven't heard me say, just drop it in the comments. Let me know. But if I had to pick one that I would say was my favorite movie of this year. I know, bro, it's gonna sound super lame, and I'm gonna sound like a super homer. But when I tell you that Spider-Man No Way Home, one day after seeing it, I am willing to say it is my favorite movie of 2021. And that's not to take anything from, because for a while, like I'm looking at The Harder They Fall, and I'm looking at King Richard, the little things. Yeah, that was good. That was another HBO Max one. But like if I was to sit down and break movies down artistically and all that other stuff, but as a movie goer, as someone who wants to go sit down and be entertained, let me tell you, Spider-Man No Way Home checked all the boxes for me. My expectations were here when I got there, and it actually exceeded my expectations. Obviously, I can't get too into details with it because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. My blanket waiver, when 2022 hits, I'm not going to be careful with the things I say about this movie because I'm assuming 2 weeks should be enough. If you're waiting for the Disney Plus thing, you better walk around the smoke pit with the idea of landmines are around, because at any given moment, you don't know when I'm gonna be up in there and say something crazy about this movie, giving some stuff away. But I will just say this. I'm assuming everybody has watched Endgame, and that final scene of Endgame, or the final battle where Captain America picks up Mjolnir, right? And everybody spazzes out. The rings, when T'Challa comes, oh my God, when T'Challa comes walking back through these rings, that feeling I got of relief, of excitement, goosebumps, all of that stuff. There are a couple scenes, a couple moments in the Spider-Man movie where I it wasn't as intense as Endgame, but God, boy, if that did not, I was up for self. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, please get around to seeing it. I will say honorable mention though is to Netflix's The Harder They Fall, because like it was up there. Like if I didn't get to see Spider-Man this year or before this podcast, I probably would have went The Harder They Fall with my with my pick for my favorite movie. And the reason for that is because that movie came out and I'm 40, right? And I am just realizing, I'm just learning that cowboys were not represented properly in old Westerns, that they were actually mostly black men and women out there in the West making it happen after slavery. And I had to research it on my own, and I'm just like, we was really out here just, you know what I'm saying? Quick Draw McGraw and all of these famous cowboy names that I just assumed were white, were black. And we were out here just creating legends of the West. That was us out here. So that was a very good movie. It made me like Westerns because I always had a soft spot in my heart for Westerns. So to see that, I hope the genre is coming back, and I hope more and more movies are made kind of like The Harder They Fall. There's a couple cheesy parts in it. but if you look hard enough in every movie, you'll find some cheesy ass parts in them. But for favorite movie for me, it is 100% Spider-Man No Way Home. Please get to watch it. Your boy almost teared up. My wife cried. My two teenagers was getting misty-eyed. My oldest son had to close his eyes because he didn't want to cry. He was trying to be a G. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I respect it, but you gotta let them tears flow, bro. You gotta let them tears flow, man. But Spider-Man No Way Home, my favorite movie of 2021. Make sure y'all let me know what your favorite movie was. Now let's get to the worst movie. This is more of the category, more my speed, because there's a rumor going on in the Smoke Pit Podcast fan group that I, the homie Mac, aka your homie Mac, aka your boy, myself, yours truly, am a hater when it comes to cinematic events. I just try to keep an open mind and be objective, right? Because there are a lot of movies that came out that had a lot of fanfare, a lot of hype around them. They dropped, and I was just like trash, right? Sometimes I wasn't even like trash, because out of our scale, 1 puff to 5 puffs, I'd be like, this is right in the middle, 2.5 puffs. People will come at me like I fucked up somehow, like I'm the one messing this stuff up. When in all actuality, I'm just trying to be out here and let people know, bro, it's a decent movie. My opinion only. I mean, you may love it, but it's not so much for me, right? Now, this year is so many things we can put in this category. Obviously, Mortal Kombat is in there. The hype surrounding that was horrible. They had the creative character in there. What was his name? Cole, like the descendant of Scorpion that had no real power. He just got like a chess piece, and I think he had like a couple daggers or something, and that was like his dragon power or whatnot. Jax was in there with the erector set arms for a minute. It was not a good movie. People were expecting more because more money was behind it and they had time to recover from Annihilation, but it was not it. People keep saying Wonder Woman 84, but I trashed that movie last year, so I can't throw that into this category. Not to say Wonder Woman 84 was not trash, because it was. We had the Tomorrow War, which people thought, I gave it 2 out of 5 puffs. People thought I was hating just because Chris Pratt was in it. I don't know where people got this opinion or this perception that everything Chris Pratt does, I hate. I don't hate the guy. I just don't like his acting. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure this man is the coolest motherfucker on the, like the other side of the pillow. Tomorrow War was not it for me. Godzilla versus Kong was not it for me. Black Widow was not it for me. Fast 9 was not it for me. It was so many bad movies that I sat through for the sake of being able to talk about them and give you my opinion. Like, I do this for y'all. I do this for y'all to let y'all know what it is out here in these streets cinematically. Chris Pratt gave us the Lego movie. I mean, he did. But I mean, broken clock right twice a day, my guy. Like, I think that was more of the writing and the production and the cast that was, assembled around him. I like Chris Pratt. He's a cool dude. Parks and Rec, man. I believe he is a very funny guy. He just tries to insert. He just has. I don't know. I feel like he plays the same role in every movie, if that makes sense. I know there's some movies where he was supposed to be more serious, like in Passengers, when him and Jennifer Lawrence was like the two people trapped on the ship in space or whatnot. Uh, but let me sit here and decide what is the worst movie. All right. Oh, bro, I just watched this one the other day. Netflix original movie entitled Bruised, starring Halle Berry as a washed up MMA fighter who then comes back, gets reinvigorated, and oh my God. Oh my God. That movie was not good, ladies and gentlemen. That movie was not good. It is if you have seen Rocky, if you have seen Creed, if you have seen Fighter, if you have seen any movie that involved around contact sports or fighting, professional fighting, The Wrestler, like so many Creed, so many movies. This was just a copy this template, put it over here, and insert new characters. Like it was the most predictive new movie I have seen in some time. Without seeing this movie, I knew what was happening next. When characters first meet, I'm just like, y'all gonna smash. You're gonna have a love-hate relationship with this person. You're not gonna believe in yourself until this time. Like it was the most God, like and it hurts because I want the best for Halle Berry. Last time I remember seeing her in anything was John Wick Chapter 3. And granted, she was not a big part of that movie. She was not a reason why that movie was as successful as it was. She was in it, and I was just like, there we go, Halle. Like, if you could be this character moving forward, or if they can make a spinoff or something about this character, which you are with these dogs that bite people's nuts on command, and this the most surgical use of canines that I have seen in movies. It made me want to go get a dog. I did not, but it made me want to go get a dog, if you feel me. But Bruised, starring Halle Berry, is my worst movie of 2021, and it hurts. What's up, Taylor? What are we smoking today? Oh, we got some watermelon mint in the hookah tonight, so that is what I am partaking in. Very, very tasty. But yeah, worst movie 2021, Bruised, starring Halle Berry. It's up on Netflix. Check it out if you got 2 hours and 18 minutes of your life that you don't want back. Like if you just have excess time in your life and you're like, what can I spend this on? Bruised is a good 2 hours and 18 minutes of your time that you can throw towards something and be mad about later. So now we get to best TV show, favorite TV show, right? This year has given us some of the best television viewing that I can recall. And I think the reason, obviously, the pandemic, right? They knew motherfuckers was going to be at home. So they just like, let's give these motherfuckers at home something to watch. And give us stuff to watch. They did. I think the leader in that, obviously, Disney Plus with their Marvel franchises being able to give us episodic events leading into movie releases to further give us more story into the movies. I think that is a brilliant thing. They did so with WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki. They're doing it with Hawkeye. Well done. They got the Star Wars thing going on for them too. If I'll say this easily would have been, probably not easily, but the fact that The Mandalorian ended at the end of 2020, and we didn't get any of it in 2021, makes this decision a little bit easier because I totally would have leaned that way.
I know I'm gonna make it.
Favorite TV show for the year, The Office. Now, we're not saying all time. The Office, I mean, obviously no new episodes have appeared, but I'm saying like if a new season dropped, if a new series premiered, that'd kind of be what I'm throwing in this category here, right? And I think for me, this may throw some of you off, but my fellow nerds from Saturday Night Nerds may fuck with me on this shit. But the part 1 to the final season of Attack on Titan, I don't know if there was a live action show or any other episodic television program that can compete with what Attack on Titan is doing, story-wise, character development, the overall sense of fear of when somebody dies in this one. Like, it's not like they're coming back. If you don't know, your boy's an anime head. I think they have a leg up. And I think Disney Plus is kind of doing that as well, with being able to have the episodic backstory things with their series and then leading into movies. But anime can just take its time and really develop these characters. One, it's animated, so characters really don't age unless you want them to. When you get to live action, people do age, other things come up, things like that. So it's real hard when like somebody's supposed to be a young person and they just keep growing, or you just got to jump ahead in the storyline because the kid is not like a fucking teenager and filming and all that other stuff. But part 1, Attack on Titan, is dope. Shout out to Krista, my sister in here. Demon Slayer, is it for you? I don't like Demon Slayer just came back out this year. Like, it ended in 2020 and it just popped back off in October this year. But they kind of cheated us by just chopping the movie up into like several parts and then giving us the movie for the first part. And we just now getting newer episodes of the Red Light District arc, which I know is about to be flamed. So this may, at the end of the year, when we do 2022, Demon Slayer may be it for me. But I know Netflix has You, a new season of You. I've never gotten into You. I heard that was something I had to watch. Insecure season 5, or the final season, is out. I'm a big Insecure fan, but nothing has me glued to my TV than when Attack on Titan and you hear that theme song come on and you just ready to go at that point. So Attack on Titan is my best TV show. I know it sounds like it should have its own different category, but I don't care because I'm the one running this podcast tonight. It is Attack on Titan final season part 1 for ya boy. For best TV show 2021. Let's get into worst TV show of 2021.
The coronavirus, you know that, right? Coronavirus. We think we have it very well under control. We have very little.
Man. And this one is hard because if it is a bad TV show, like normally people will stop watching it.
A lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat.
Now, I should probably say least favorite, because if it is a really bad show, I'm not tuning into this shit, right? I'm not tuning in to it at all. I will say, based on the trend that they were tracking, right? So this, let me just take this banner down, because I don't want that to be up when I say what I'm about to say.
All of man's problems arise because he can't sit by himself in a room for 30 minutes alone.
Hawkeye on Disney Plus is not living up to my personal expectation. With that being said, I'm watching it. So it's like my least favorite show that I'm watching right now. It's not the worst television show. It's not the worst television programming that premiered this year. Because I feel like if you're not watching the entire thing, you're gonna miss out on some stuff. So I can't say that I watched an episode or something. I'm just like, I can't do it, right? I don't know if Raising Dion was this year. I remember trying to watch it. I don't know if it was last year, but I'm just like, I just can't get into this. It is Hawkeye. My problem with Hawkeye is the actress they have cast as Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld, whatever. I feel like she is doing the most as a character. I love Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton. I like his wit. I like how, he always has something slick to say. I don't like how Kate Bishop is trying to out Clint Barton when it comes to the sarcasm and stuff. The show is not by any means unwatchable, but the way I was ready to tune in to WandaVision, to Loki, to Falcon Winter Soldier, to like Disney Plus was just cranking these shows out, and I like even the Star Wars things, like Mandalorian, that was going to be lit. All these other, you knew things were going to be lit, and you had to watch them. I will say that I don't know. There's 2 episodes left, from what I'm told or what's being reported, and I mean it is picking up. But as far as the initial, like this was going to be how they're leading into Book of Boba Fett later this month. This one it's kind of flat. I received it kind of flat. I'm not saying it's trash. I just received it kind of flat. Is all I'm saying. Don't come for your boy. Don't come for your boy. I'm just putting it out there how I feel about these things. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to check it out. If you guys think it's dope, let me know. I'm gonna finish watching it. You know how I do. I always give Marvel the benefit of the doubt. Hence why I went in there and saw Black Widow. Marvel can throw some not so great pitches out there, and I'll go and take a swing at them because their track record earned them that chance. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to come back and make it worth it. Perfect example. Iron Man 3, universally considered one of the weaker Marvel Cinematic Universe films. However, when Shang-Chi came out, they kind of put a nice bow on that, bringing back Ben Kingsley as Trevor, the dude who was the fake Mandarin. The fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3, and kind of putting a bow on it, explaining why his whole role and how the real Mandarin showed up and was not playing that shit. So shout out to them for that. You know what? That League of Legends original cartoon that they got on was it Arcane on Netflix. That is also a dope show. Let me go back up here. Best TV show. I just remembered that. Would I put that above Attack on Titan? No, I ain't putting that above. Attack on Titan's still my winner. However, that League of Legends, Arcane, whatever, on Netflix, dope. You have to watch that. Please watch that if you haven't been watching that. All right. Let's get to some music. Best album of 2021. Oh man. Now, the later part of 2021, it's kind of when the quote unquote heavy hitters came out with their shit, right? Adele came through. Adele finna sell some shit. You had Kanye and Drake drop their shit in late August, early September. You have Taylor Swift trying to jump back out here and re-release albums about this is the version I wanted to put out. It's a lot of people jumping into the quarter four music game. I will say that a majority of this year, when it came to new music, I've probably been more in my R&B bag than my hip hop bag. New music wise, like when I go work out, I'm listening to stuff that I know is about to get me ready. So it's previous, past music, new music that premiered this year, R&B wise. For me, it sounds. Oh man, this sounds again like last minute, last thing, like how I did with Spider-Man. Like, bro, this shit just came out. How is it your best movie of the year? Like, there's only 14 more days in the year, and you're saying Spider-Man's your favorite movie. My favorite album of 2021 would have to be Soul Sonic. And I mean, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak. I think they were meant to do music together. Anderson .Paak by himself, he's kind of hit or miss for me. He has some joints. Now I ain't gonna hold you. He's a talented brother. He does his thing. Bruno Mars, we already know he killing he is somebody I want to see perform live. When these two linked up and they did their first single, Leave the Door Open, I was like, this rides, bro. This is a nice vibe. I can rock with this. I can rock with this. And then they hit us with what is it, Skate? And then the Smoking Out the Window probably put it over the top for me because they released that single and then their album dropped, and then come on, man. Like, if you are not rocking with Soul Sonic at all, if you have not heard this album, if you haven't, you need to get somewhere where you can go hear this album, because to me it is the best album out there. Other albums that I like, I gotta verify real quick to make sure that this dropped this year. But another artist that I have been rolling with, oh my gosh, it was this year. It was a deluxe version of so Giveon. This dude, his songs, let me tell you something. First of all, like, the range in which this dude sings, it be making me feel like I can make it in the singing career. When I'm in my car and this man's joint comes on, Heartbreak Anniversary, Like I Want You, his new joint, I think it's like Tonight, For Tonight. Like, I'll be in my truck. If you pull up next to me at a red light, one of his songs is on. I'll be tripping. I'll be in my car, eyes closed, reaching up to the heavens, looking for the note, looking for the correct note for the song that I'm singing. When it's all said and done, that album to me was good. Let me see because Lucky Day had one drop. I don't know if it was late 2020. Yeah, Payne, that was 29. I found out about Lucky Day late. He had a EP, Table for Two, which was dope, but it's an EP, so I wasn't really riding with. I mean, I fucks with it, but I didn't want to throw it in here. Melodic Blue and War and Wonders are up there for me too this year. Those were, yeah. I fucks with you, AD. Shout out to AD, man. I know he got his ears to the street musically. Let us not poo-poo on Billie Eilish and her, because let me tell you something. Billie Eilish first came out, I'm like, I think she is just an industry plant. I thought she was an industry plant, real talk. Like, I assumed her uncle was a record producer somewhere, and somebody, I don't know, like, they're just like, we're gonna make this thing pop. she was singing these weird songs, like she looked like she was possessed, and I was just like, I just leave her over there. Her album is not bad. Her album is not bad. But I would have to give it to Soul Sonic. I'm not saying that music was not great this year. Soul Sonic for me was the one, and I will probably be playing that for some time. Now, if we want to talk about not so much worst album, because obviously I know if I mention one album, somebody can be like, "What about this artist?" What did my man say? People have been sleeping on Billy. To Bury a Friend was my joint for a minute. Yeah, I mean, I went back and listened to her first one after hearing this one. I'm just like, was there a drastic change in her worst album, Donda? Bro, man, the banner just popped up and you jumped in here already, Donda. Talk about worst album. Shout out to AD. Donda was a very disappointing album for me. Not as disappointing as what I would like to say is my, and I know it says worst, my least favorite album or most disappointing album. Summer Walker's new record, Still Over It. Her first album, Over It, was kind of riding that wave of SZA and her and Jasmine Sullivan and you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like, you know, very empowering. Speak Your Mind music, Ari Lennox. You know what I'm saying? Like those singers where I'm just like, bro, like I feel what y'all are doing here. She had good collabs. At the production, the writing on Over It was great. It was a great album, and I was looking forward. Maybe it's the sophomore slump. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the sophomore slump that she ran into. But I don't know what it was about this album. It did not have the same energy. It did not have the same. And maybe I need to listen to it more because I remember when Kendrick Lamar dropped his sophomore studio album, To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, not a whole lot of people rocked with it, but after listening to it, you found out it became to be a masterpiece. My opinion, lyrically, artistically, everything that he put into To Pimp a Butterfly made it one of the most influential, in my opinion, albums of that year, and probably a career-defining moment for him as an artist, which I appreciate. Maybe this is what it was for Summer Walker, but I will say Donda is the thing that saved Donda is the track Hurricane with Little Baby on it. There's a couple tracks that I can just play and be like, oh, okay, you know. But overall, for it to be as long as it is, and for it to have so many skips for me, yeah. Also, Certified Lover Boy was disappointing as well. It sounds weird to be expecting something different from Drake, because Drake is going to keep continuing to provide you with the music that he's been providing you with for the last decade or so, right? But to his credit, this shit works. So he's going to keep doing it. It doesn't save the album. Like, I'm not saying that Donda is dope because of Hurricane. The fact that I know there's a song on there that I will listen to, like it's in the playlist and everything, I listen to it. What is this? AD says, bro, no cap. Certified Lover Boy was disappointing the first couple of times I listened, but it's actually not bad. It is. It's not bad because it's the Drake formula. I will say after he dropped, I think, Dark Lane demo tapes late last year, We got Scary Hours this year with the Lemon Pepper freestyle. What's next? Bro, like I was expecting that energy to roll right into Certified Lover Boy, man. I would not be mad if Certified Lover Boy was not Dark Lane demo tapes. I know he was postponing some stuff and all this other craziness, but Certified Lover Boy, to me, is not what I was expecting it to be. Maybe it's just my expectations. Maybe I just thought based on Dark Lane demo tapes and Scary Hours, Drake was going to do something more with this album. It's cool. He went back to what works, the safe, you know what I'm saying? His safe spot, his pocket. Not a whole lot of artists are willing to leave a successful formula, for longevity. Like if it works for him, cool. A lot of people complain he don't grow as an artist. I don't care. Like I'm just here for good music. It is a better album to me than Donda. But I mean, the Weeknd, Lil Baby, and Kanye, like when they fucking combined their powers for Hurricane, I was just like, what this album could have been for Donda. But overall, like I do not have a single from Still Over It by Summer Walker that I can be like, this is my shit. Like at least this song rides. She doesn't have that for me. Maybe I gotta listen to it more. But not worse. I know it says worse. Looking at this banner, like worst album? I'm pretty sure 21 Savage probably came out with some trash shit, right? I don't listen to that dude, so it is what it is. But for me, it was just Summer. Like I still rocks with you and whatnot. But shout out to let me get back to one that could have snuck up in there. Jasmine Sullivan for Hotels could have been probably best album for me, but Soul Sonic came through and took that shit. The House is Burning. I gotta check that one out. I checked that one out. But that is my least favorite album. Favorite song of 2021. You heard me talk about Hurricane. I love Hurricane. I love her. That is, if you're going to listen to Donda, like if I'm in your car and be like, bro, I'll let you listen to the whole thing. You just got to you got to prep my ears for the rest of this album by playing Hurricane first. Please play Hurricane first. And then I can rock with the rest of it. That is how much I like Hurricane. Family Ties by Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. I fucks with that song. But do I fuck with it because Kendrick spazzes? Like I want to give Baby Keem, like I want to give Baby Keem some love. But like I feel like when I listen to a song when it's just him, like it could just be in the background and I could be doing some shit and not really, you know what I'm saying? Like nod my head or mouth the words or some shit. Family Ties. When Kendrick comes on and he be like, smoking on your top 5 tonight. I'm just like, he about to spaz. The beat change. Oh, I'm like, this dude about to lose his mind on this, and he does. He spazzes. Range Brothers. Oh my God. I know it has the corny, the meme-tastic top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. But don't act like that bridge between the first part of the music or the first part of the song before it gets to the top of the morning part, that middle part, like Kendrick and Keem don't go to fuck off in that middle part of that song. Oh my God. The beat switches. Oh my God. Like the energy, like I'm fanboying right now. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. Ever since he dropped Damn, everybody in the world was just like, oh, this dude nice, right? If he gives us another studio album in the same realm as Damn, he's got to instantly be in your, dare I say, top 3 rappers out there. Like he's already top 3 rappers right now. Like I feel actively, and he hasn't dropped anything since when did Damn come out? 2017. You know what I'm saying? Like it is 4 years, and people are still. When you hear him, like he has the ability. Like he's just holding the shit in. I hope he don't Andre 3000 us. I hope Kendrick doesn't Andre 3000 us and just give us fire ass features on everything and then not give us some shit. But Melodic Blue, that album is a good debut album for Baby Keem, studio wise. A lot of people are giving him shit like he's only out here because he's Kendrick's cousin, but he does have talent. More so, it's a refreshing voice and a take on his art compared to what is the cookie cutter. Let me just get out here, get a drill beat, repeat some lyrics and stuff, and people will pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And make a TikTok joint. Smoking Out the Window is obviously a contender for this. That's another song where if you catch me in my car and I'm driving and that joint come on, be prepared for a show, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm trying to hit all the notes. And the intensity I put in when this bitch got, bro, my chest, like I break stuff up in my lungs. This bitch, bro, so mad. Like what? I don't even have nothing to be mad about. I'm hearing their singing and them telling the story, and I'm just like, you right. But let me tell you, unbeknownst to y'all, there has been a small, like the last, I don't know how many weeks, I've been on this Afrobeat joint, and let me bring it up. I'm gonna let you hear it. Where's my Amazon joint? Because I gotta let y'all hear it. I don't want to fuck up the name of the song. Like I be telling Alexa to play it. Alexa be like, "You saying that shit hella wrong," but I know what you're talking about. Hopefully this plays and y'all hear it. But this has been on repeat. Like when I'm just smoking hookah, drinking apples at work, kids asleep, I'm up. Yeah, Smoking Out the Window is what is up. Hopefully this isn't too loud and y'all can hear this. Tell you I've been in like my R&B singing bag, man. This is more like the Afro beats, but
my baby, my Valentine. And I hear they make my temperature decrease. You leave me a good time.
Boy, this.
You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be
Let it ride. Woo! I can't play too much because then when I put the video up on YouTube, they're gonna be like, we can't monetize your shit, bro. You playing this shit, but oh my god. Like this, just Afro beats is low key turning into what neo soul was for me in like the early 2000s, like Music Soul Child, what was other like neo soul stuff, like all those artists that were just doing something different. Like I was just, I can fuck with this shit. Afro beats is getting there for me. So that song, Love Nwantiti by CK. Dope song. I love it. I try to listen to an album. This song here, I just don't know what it is. I fucks with it. And it's been on repeats for me when I'm just chilling and just doing whatever, like editing podcasts, video, whatever. Like it is just playing and I'm just like, Alexa, put that shit on repeat. And Alexa be like, bet, I got you. Say less, I got you. So that was my favorite song. But like you said, it was so many singular songs that you can, like, I can go to Certified Lover Boy and go to Fair Trade. I think that was the best song on his album. Next to the what was that freestyle he had? I gotta go check it. But Drake has probably about 3 or 4 songs off of Certified Lover Boy where I'm just like, I know I can fuck with this shit. Donda has Hurricane. I dabble with Off the Grid. Smoking Out the Window, it would be the safe choice. But yeah, that's where we going with that. That's where we going with that. So favorite song, Love Noir TT, if I'm saying that right, by CK. So now we're getting to like best personal moment of 2021 for me. Me personally, I would say making Master Sergeant E7. So for you who don't know, I'm in the military, right? Been in for 20 years, and I have been not striving, but this is a rank that a lot of people assumed would fall into my lap, but it did not. This was struggle bus. There were times where I was just like, you know what, fuck it. You know, it was something to me personally, and to see my name on the list when the promotions came out or the names were released. Like, it wasn't like a sense of validation, more so as relief, or more so as, you know, it's a mixture of feelings when that happened for me. To know that so many people were rooting for me, and for me to finally get that, to validate everybody's trust, and to validate everybody's opinion, for lack of a better word, when it came to me. Like, I think that's what it was. Like, I tell people all the time, don't worry about what other people are thinking about you. Like, as long as you are content with where you're at, cool. But when the people who are rooting for you have done so much to help you get where you're at, and have picked you up when you've fallen down, and you feel like you just, maybe you can't attain, or you can't reach those expectations they have for you, and then you do it. You know, it's a very humbling experience, eye-opening experience, and it's just an amazing thing. Another thing that stands out to me from 2021 is back in February, the podcast group that obviously most of y'all are probably watching this in, we hit 1,000 members, and it was because of the members. Like, we were sitting real steady at like 600-700, and they just did this big push, sharing the group, telling their friends about it, telling, you know, word of mouth. And like, over the span of probably like 2 weeks, we gained hundreds of members, and we hit the 1,000 member. And then, you know, we had to get the shot glasses and send them out and all that good stuff. And recently we hit 1.5 thousand members in the group. So I would say, watching the slow growth, the steady growth of our platform, the podcast, and all that, has been a very inspirational and key motivating factor in improving what we're doing, trying to come up with new content, trying to do stuff for our Patreon members. And like, to actually have a Patreon where members are paying for content to support and help us become greater as a platform is a very dope and a very humbling thing as well. So I would say it is a twofer when it comes to that. The making Master Sergeant is obviously 1A for personal reasons, obviously. And then the growth of this podcast over the last year just makes me excited to see where 2022 goes for this podcast, right? Biggest takeaway of 2021. That's the next one for me. Biggest takeaway. Biggest takeaway. All right. Listen up. This might be a message for some people. Might not. I don't know. Stay true to who you are. Stay true to who you are. You can tweak who you are. By that I mean your core self. Like if you got to take a super 180, it better be a super necessary thing, i.e. you are in a horrible life of crime and you need to turn around and get your 180s are cool. But if you are a good person and you are doing things out the goodness of your heart and you're doing things with a purpose in mind, this sounds cliche, don't sell out. Believe in yourself. Sounds like an anime fucking. Just believe it. You can do it. But in all seriousness, I figured that out this year. You got to trust in your process. There will be some people to give you advice. Feel free to heed it, but not always take it. Sounds weird. But for me personally, staying true to myself, I will say it has caused me to, I don't want to say lose friends, but people who I thought were friends with all the craziness that happened in 2020 and in 2021, obviously. Sometimes you just need to, people are in your life for a season, right? My biggest thing is I'm just not trying to ruffle feathers. I'm the open-minded, and I am open-minded, but there comes a time where you got to worry about your peace. If the people you're keeping around you are not contributing to your peace, sometimes they got to go. And not only is it going to make it better for you, but probably better for them, because you know what I'm saying? You don't need that added stress. Like, you don't need people in your life to cause you stress, especially if they're not in your inner circle. Social network social media, all that stuff. Bro, people have been all over the place. Media's been fucking up people's point of view and shit. I am not excluded from that. I have too been called out for jumping to conclusions and then getting the facts and then changing my point of view on some shit. But stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. I cannot say that enough. Whatever that means to you, I'm sure you get it. I'm hoping that you get it, but stay true to yourself. Follow your own compass. Nobody knows you more than you know yourself. So yeah, that was my biggest takeaway. When I started doing that, that's when things started falling into place for me, and life was not as stressful as it was in previous years. So I'm taking that energy with me into 2022. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Here we go with the last category. Oh, here we go. What am I looking forward to in 2022? I am looking forward to watching to the continued growth of not only this podcast, but also supporting the goals and the dreams of the people who are supporting me. And not necessarily scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'm seeing people doing things that aren't really, monetarily supporting, sharing, or anything like that. One of the things I realized is karma's a real thing. You put good energy out, good energy is gonna come back. I think this podcast is where it's at now because of how me and Black are very open with supporting and helping people achieve their dreams. If we can assist in that with what little platform we have, we 110% are going to do that for you or for whoever is out there. So I'm looking forward to us growing, not only for, personal gain and all that other stuff, but also because the bigger we get, the bigger part we can play in supporting other people's goals and stuff. There's a comedian out there who embodied this, took so many chances and bet on himself to where he now has his own stream. And I'm talking about Kev on Stage. If you don't know who that is, I'm pretty sure most people know who it is. But seeing where he started to where he's at now, like, I watch this dude and it's almost like I am mentally taking notes and looking at his work ethic and all this other stuff. And knowing that is where I'm trying to get, that I know 2022 is going to be a good year for me and for the podcast and for the podcast network as a whole. It kind of rolls back to biggest takeaway, like, be true to yourself, go after what you're going after, have a goal. If people are riding with you, cool. If they're not, there's no harm, no foul in moving on without that person. Now, it doesn't have to be a horrible breakup or whatnot, but just know you have somewhere to be and you got to get there. And if they're not getting in the car with you, cool. Maybe they'll get there. You're probably not going to get there at the same time. Maybe you'll get there first and then you can help them get there later, or vice versa. But strive for what you know you want. Strive for what you know you want. And I know that's what I'm looking forward to doing in 2022. There we go. So that's all I got for my little rundown of 2021. Let's roll to over. Now it is time to give some money away to our Patreons, right? So let me go ahead and get this screen share ready so y'all can all see who is going to be who is up for the monies. All right. So here we go. All our Patreon members are in here. We got Jay Sidwell, Christian Garrity, Sharon King, Angel Vargas, CJ Reed, Brian McCoy, Samantha Marie, Rietta Sidnor, Stealthy Q, Vuk, Amanda Hoffman, Angela Brown, David Fitzmaurice, Calvin Smith, Kay Diaz, Mike Pinto, Janie B, Casey Peacock, Apple McCoy, Eric Johnson, Signs, and Jen Johnson. Now, if you're looking and you're like, oh shit, why do these guys have two entries? Is because they have signed up for either the Dad VIP or they were one of the first 15 to jump in and support us when we were doing the beta. So they got in for $1 when we were testing to see if Patreon was something we could rock with, and they have been supporting us since day one. So that is why they are in there. The ones who have the single entry, they're just in there with the $3. The $3, what you call it. So without further ado, I think it is time for us to hit the pick random name, and let's see how this works out. So for all of you in the running, may the odds forever be in your favor, and let's see what happens. Boop, 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 boop. And the winner is my man Casey Peacocks. All right, man. Congrats to Casey. We'll be reaching out to you, trying to see what manner of cash delivery service you utilize. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, whatever. We'll get the money your way. Again, congrats. And thanks for supporting the brand, bros. Thanks for supporting the podcast. This is us giving back to you. Hopefully it kind of helps you out during the holidays or offsets a pair of Jordans, because I know you're a sneakerhead like myself. So congrats again, Casey. Appreciate the support, man. Final shots and thoughts. I wish Black was here so he can talk to you guys, let you guys know his final shots. But as we wrap up season 2 and get ready for season 3 next year, I just want to say thank you guys so much. This is something I really enjoy doing. It is it is time consuming, but I look forward to it every week. You guys kind of become my end of the week therapy. Go through some shit throughout the week. I get to come here, cut up with you guys, talk about some stuff. This year was crazy, man. We talked about some pretty serious stuff. For the most part, feelings were not hurt. Tough discussions, real discussions happened. And I feel like our group is a very mature group where discussions like that can happen. But also we can goof off and cut the fuck up. You guys continue support, activity in the group, watching, commenting, liking, sharing. It really means a lot to me, and I'm pretty sure Black can he 100% agrees and feels the same way. Thank you guys for getting us to where we're at right now. This is it's something, and to, like I said, sit back watching it grow. Like I know it's a grind, and I just know one day it's going to pay off, and we can really give back and show you how much we appreciate you guys' support, man. So that is all I got. Thank you guys for putting up with us the times where we were late to starting the show, the times where no show happened at all last minute. To those who followed, unfollowed, came back, gave us another chance, all of that stuff, man. To everybody who played a part to us getting to where we are at, I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm sure Black feels the same way. And that is all I got. Before I leave, we have a bracket going on right now to determine the best Michael Jackson song. I got the results from the second round. And here's what we got. The polls are in the announcement or featured tab in the Smoke Pit Podcast fan group. So if you're listening to this audio-wise and you want to get in on the voting, just go to Facebook, search for the Smoke Pit Podcast fan group, jump in there, and get in on these votes, because y'all really had Billie Jean beating out Remember the Time to move on to the quarterfinals. You had Beat Dirty Diana, which, like Beat It's cool, Beat It's cool. It's got the nice rhythm and everything, but Dirty Diana, I was like, Michael Jackson really be out here going through it. Or unless he's telling somebody else's story. But Dirty Diana, like, bro, you had the guitar solo. Like, he was the king of pop. But if he did not kill that fucking ballad the way he did with the guitar, like, Michael was in his motherfucking bag for Dirty Diana, and y'all got it losing to Beat It. So on the left side of the bracket, the quarterfinal is Billie Jean going up against Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And then the bottom half of that, you got Rock With You going up against Beat It. Some tough songs. There's some powerful songs in here. There's some hard hitters in here. On the other side, Thriller beat out Black and White, which is cool. It's cool. Smooth Criminal beat out Man in the Mirror. Wanna Be Starting Something beat out Jam. And PYT beat out The Way You Make Me Feel. Now, this side of the bracket's kind of a little bit harder. You got PYT going up against Wanna Be Starting Something, and Smooth Criminal going up against Thriller. At this point, gloves are off. I'm assuming Billie Jean will probably make it to the finals from this side. Now, this one, PYT was a 27 seed out of 32 songs. It was ranked 27. And I think it's probably going to upset a lot of people making it to the final. Thriller may make it just because the video is so iconic. People may just be like, Thriller needs to be there. Smooth Criminals, another iconic video. My man hit the lean in that one. Everybody busted their forehead up a couple times trying to lean that far without falling. You can't do it. It was special effects. Michael Jackson did not really just lean forward like that with his own core and fucking, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's the bracket that's going on now. Voting is live. Make sure you get in there and cast your vote, because this is probably one of our better brackets. We're using a whole week per round. Normally we just give it 24 hours, but I want to let people marinate and look at these and listen to these songs so they can understand what they are actually doing when they vote. I just don't want it to be a spur of the moment thing. I want y'all to get in there and really understand the gravity of this vote. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight, man. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I know it was a solo show, probably not as fun as when you got two people going back and forth. But like I said, we just didn't want to go off into the sunset with 3 weeks of not hearing anything or anything crazy like that. A nice little wrap up for 2021, a little preview on what we got going on in 2022. I think I might have some for the Patreon tonight. So if you're a Patreon member, stay tuned. Probably about 15, 20 minutes. Probably have a movie night. It's time for me to start watching some of these trash movies that Amazon Prime has and just giving some commentary on it, and then probably posting a review sometime. But I want a live watch party with some of y'all, because I know y'all like to laugh at corny ass movies as well. So that may be something coming down the pipe real soon. But that's all I got. As always, thank you guys so much. I'm the homie Mac, aka your boy, and in the spirit of bread like a king made his Kevin Catley, let me just say, have love, make sex. Y'all have an amazing holiday. Celebrate it with family or however you're celebrating it. Be safe, and we will see you back here in 2022. Thank you guys again. Y'all take care. Peace.
Welcome to the smoke pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the smoke pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the smoke pit.